Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to click subscribe if you want more weekly updates on investment strategies. 2022 marked a year of drastic change in global markets. Previous winners became losers, and losers morphed into some of the year's biggest winners. The conflict in Russia intensified inflation and furthered an already fragile supply chain, causing rocketing commodity prices. After years of dovish Federal Reserve policy, inflation finally reared its ugly head, soaring to near double-digit heights domestically and in many areas worldwide. The year was a distinct change of pace from the recent COVID-19 pandemic recovery. While it was difficult for some investors and rewarding to others, looking back and learning from the past is a worthwhile endeavor. Though history may not repeat itself exactly, it tends to rhyme. Here are some of the biggest winners and losers of 2022. First of all, let's talk about the winners of 2022. Oil stocks skyrocketed in 2022, so it's no surprise funds that track the energy sector were Wall Street winners this year. Early in 2022, energy prices were trending higher as global economies recovered from the pandemic and demand rose drastically. Next, OPEC Plus announced its largest oil production cut in history, stifling supply as demand grew. As the perfect storm began to form, the final domino to fall over was the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Global superpowers such as the United States began to sanction Russia, cutting off one of the world's largest oil suppliers. Natural gas, coal, and solar energy companies went on tremendous runs before pulling back in the past few months. The top fund of the year is a surprising one. It invests in a variety of companies based in Turkey. The iShares MSCI Turkey Exchange Traded Fund had more than doubled as of December 19th, according to data from Morningstar Direct. The fund has big stakes in Turkish financial giant Akbank, Istanbul-based retailer BİM, and the parent company of Turkish Airlines. Turkey has been hit hard by inflation, like the rest of the world, and its currency, the lira, has plummeted against the US dollar and other leading global currencies. Turkey's stock market thrived because the country is doing something most others aren't. Its central bank has been slashing interest rates to prop up consumer spending. The Turkish economy has slowed recently as unemployment has increased, but the instability has not hurt Turkish stocks. The iShares Turkey ETF has also had a lift from higher energy prices, as refinery Tüpraş is a top holding. Let's look at the losers of 2022 now. Higher interest rates, inflation, slower growth, and lofty valuations are a recipe for disaster for S&P 500 stocks. In this rocky year for stocks, there were significantly more losers than winners in the mutual fund and ETF world in 2022. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF and Invesco QQQ, which track the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100, were down 19% and 31% respectively. No funds were hit harder than ETFs with exposure to Russia. Most funds with investments in top Russian companies either liquidated or halted trading following Vladimir Putin's decision to invade Ukraine in late February, an act that essentially forced the United States, Europe, and rest of the Western world to cut ties with Moscow and Russian businesses. Investments in Russia ETFs from iShares, VanEck, and Voya were pretty much wiped out. The carnage in cryptocurrencies also hit several funds hard. Bitcoin prices were plunging even before the collapse of former crypto unicorn FTX, but the stunning demise of Sam Bankman-Fried's company sent further shock waves throughout the industry. Funds from Osprey, Grayscale, VanEck, GlobalX, Bitwise, First Trust, Invesco, and many other institutional investment firms all tumbled more than 70% in 2022. Other once trendy funds were also hit hard this year. Several of the ARK ETFs run by Cathie Wood, which had significant exposure to Tesla, Coinbase, Zoom, Roku, and other momentum tech stocks that have dropped precipitously in 2022, were among the biggest fund losers. Numerous funds focusing on cannabis stocks also went to pot this year. Cannabis ETFs from Advisor Shares, GlobalX, and Amplify all plunged more than 60%. Even though more states are legalizing recreational and medicinal weed, intense competition in the business is making it difficult for cannabis companies to generate profits. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to click subscribe if you want more weekly updates on investment strategies.